Lu Xing controlled the white hull battleship, halting it in place as he activated the defense systems. Instantly, a protective barrier enveloped the ship. In the next moment, Lu Xing's figure flashed tens of thousands of kilometers away, arriving above the blazing star. Suspended high above, he looked down upon the massive star radiating a searing crimson glow. Clenching his fist, he could clearly feel the scorching heat pouring out from the celestial body, as if it could burn all things into ash. Standing motionless, Lu Xing furrowed his brows. Back when I was only at rank 8, the flame controlled under the third level of the void illumination state had already reached over 1000 degrees Celsius. Gazing at the molten fire dancing across the star's surface, he muttered, "This heat." Then, his lips curved into a smile. The surface temperature of a star should be around 6000 degrees. For me as I am now, this is nothing. Without hesitation, his aura surged. From above, he dove down toward the star. "Let's begin." His speed accelerated rapidly, so fast that only a streaking afterimage was left behind. The fiery surface of the star drew closer and closer, wrapped in layers of blazing red flames. Without flinching, Lu Xing pierced straight through at supersonic speed. Flames roared up, scorching away part of his robes. Yet he only smiled in satisfaction. Excellent. This feeling, I've never experienced anything like it before. His eyes locked on the molten core beneath, like a glowing sphere of burning metal radiating destructive heat. The outer flames licked at his skin, sweat dripping from his body, but his flesh remained unscathed. His garments burned away, yet his body endured untouched. Finally, Lu Xing halted, whispering under his breath, "The deepest layers of a star can reach temperatures of up to 1,000,000,000 degrees. More than enough to satisfy the requirements of my cultivation." Biting down hard, he let out a guttural roar. His eyes burst forth with dazzling golden light. Spiritual energy erupted violently from his body, and his veins flared red like molten lava. Behind him, beneath the relentless tempering of the stellar flames, a radiant golden totem appeared, like a blazing sun. Gritting his teeth against the agony, Lu Xing forced his eyes open, a wild grin splitting his face. Sweat poured from him like a torrential stream. "I should have cultivated here long ago. This is the true blessed land for me." His spiritual power exploded outward, endless and overwhelming. He could feel the surge of strength unlike anything before. To reach the highest level, I must go even deeper into the star's core. Thrill blazing in his eyes, Lu Xing charged forward once again. "It won't be long now. I'll break through to the peak of rank 9. Mend the final flaw of the martial Tao Dharma body, and launch my assault on rank 10. With a triumphant roar, he plunged deeper into the star, where the heat grew even more terrifying. Suddenly, a tremendous shockwave erupted deep within the star. Fragments of stellar crystals burst outward, scattering into space. Time passed. Nearly 3 months had gone by since the invitations for the Martial Tao Genius Exchange Tournament were sent out. In the Amok Star sector, the streets bustled with endless crowds. This tournament was like a colossal meteor, shattering the silence of the cosmos, mercilessly breaking the 10,000-year peace of the 12 star sectors. People excitedly snatched up flyers scattered across the plazas, their faces glowing with fervor as they shouted, "The once-in-a-century war is about to begin." From across the star sectors, geniuses boarded starships bound for the Amok Star sector. A massive merchant vessel from another sector cruised alone through the void, pressing forward during this feverish martial Tao gathering. Inside the ship, a grand banquet was being held. Nobles, elites, and countless figures of renown had gathered, shattering the calm that had lasted for ages. Mighty experts, brilliant geniuses, influential lords, all converged here. Among them stood a young man. He remained silent and solitary, watching the unfolding scene with calm eyes. Just then, a soft, melodious voice drew his attention. "Mr. Leo, what are you thinking about?" The speaker was a beautiful lady holding a glass of crimson wine, her smile alluring. The young man, Leo, placed a hand over his chest and returned her smile. "Esteemed Miss Cheenit, I am merely passing the time." "Look," his gaze shifted to the endless void outside. Isn't the starry sky beautiful? Cheenit smiled politely. Just call me Cheenit, she said. As she spoke, she tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. A faint blush bloomed across her face, and with a sly smile she remarked, "The starry skies are indeed beautiful. But after staring at them for so long, they inevitably feel a little dry and monotonous. Not to mention, lately, the starry skies have been anything but peaceful." Then, with a playful tilt of her head, she stuck out her tongue mischievously. Deep down, her thoughts stirred Leo, a peak level 11 martial cultivator. His small starship was unfortunately destroyed. Once we learned his destination was also the Amok Star region, we journeyed together. I am the captain of this merchant vessel, yet this ship lacks the firepower to defend itself. But with him here, perhaps we have a chance. Leo stood before her, hands clasped behind his back, his face expressionless. At that moment, Cheenit suddenly reached out and grasped his hand, startling him into turning to face her. She stepped closer, her eyes gleaming as she deliberately cast him a flirtatious glance. Because of the starry tournament, stellar bandits from dozens of regions are running rampant, she said softly. The stellar guard of the Amok Enforcement Division, the White Mist, and the other star regions cannot possibly handle them alone. Fortunately, you're here. That makes me feel so much safer. Leo's face darkened slightly, but he still forced a polite smile. Safe, you say? It's been a long time since I've felt anything like that. Then, without warning, he changed the subject. Tell me, do you know how many colors exist on the battlefield of the alien void? Cheenit was taken aback. Mr. Leo, you've been to the alien battlefield? Leo lifted his gaze to the vast starry expanse outside the ship and replied calmly, On that battlefield, you only ever see 3 colors. He remembered the grotesque alien beasts and the ruined cities they had swept past, his voice turning heavy, gray skies, black beasts, and his brows furrowed tightly, his expression suddenly clouded. Cheenit stood at his side, as if wanting to speak yet holding back. Finally, Leo muttered, his tone low and grim, the ground soaked in red. The chilling weight of his words sent a shiver down Cheenit's spine, and she instinctively drew back in fear. Only then did Leo snap out of it. Startled by her reaction, he placed a hand over his chest, a faintly embarrassed smile tugging at his lips. Forgive me. I was thinking of some unpleasant memories. Did I frighten you, Captain Cheenit? His gentle tone eased her fear, and Cheenit let out a soft laugh. You're impossible. I already told you, from now on just call me Cheenit. No need for that distant captain. Leo's expression softened as he nodded, quickly shifting the topic. Enough of this. Cheenit, could you tell me about the outstanding participants chosen for this starry tournament? HM? She blinked at him in surprise, then turned back to the glowing screen. Let me see. A stunning red-haired beauty appeared on the display. This is Ray of the Llama family, from the Black Butterfly Star region. She possesses a radiant moon, class Extraordinary Life Constitution. She's 700 years old this year, and already at the peak of level 11. Next, an image of a mysterious masked figure emerged, and this one. A nameless contender from the Deer Star region. A brilliant sun, class Extraordinary Life Constitution. At any moment, she could step into level 12. Cheenit gasped, clapping a hand over her mouth in astonishment. My goodness, she's not even 400 years old yet. Her future is limitless. Finally, the screen flickered again, this time showing the image of a man. And then there's him, Cheenit said, her voice lowering slightly. The one most worthy of attention in this tournament. The very catalyst behind its outbreak. Lu Xing. He carries an immortal class bloodline, one said to appear only once every million years in the Amok Star region. As she spoke his name, her expression grew solemn. I once thought such an existence belonged only to legend. I never imagined he would truly appear in reality. Leo frowned deeply, his tone grave as he continued, indeed. Immortal class bloodlines. Even on the alien battlefield, they are exceedingly rare, and dazzlingly conspicuous. Cheenit suddenly turned to him, flashing a bright smile. But it's a pity, isn't it? This immortal class genius is still a bit weak, only at level 9. In this tournament, his light may well be overshadowed by other prodigies. Before it even begins, his odds of taking first place aren't even 2 in 10. By contrast, Bang Mamunla of the Deerstar region has the greatest chance of claiming the top spot. This so-called immortal seed might very well be snuffed out in the opening rounds. The system screen froze, still displaying Lu Xing's image. Chia tilted her head and asked curiously, "Mr. Liu, do you also plan to participate in this tournament? With your strength, breaking into the top 10 would be easy, wouldn't it?" Liu blinked in surprise. Me? The next moment, he slowly closed his eyes. This time, I will not participate. His brow furrowed, and a faint, cryptic smile touched his lips. Because I have more important matters to attend to.